Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hi, Chris.
Oh, this is my best friend, Miss Fluffy, aka Munchie. This is one of the Chris is another student.
Oh, hey, Chris.
She's like, who's that?
Thank you for being on our live tonight.
Yes. How are you? Oh, she's like, I'm good. It's nice to know you're doing well. Happy Easter. Our first one in like a month or so.
Happy Good Friday. Happy Easter, yeah.
Happy Easter,
I don't
y'all.
think we ever did our live on Easter.
No.
Never fell on Easter.
No.
Happy Good Friday, everybody.
How's everybody doing? We're notifying viewers that you're live. Oh my god. Okay, so we're going live on TikTok for our first time ever. So
hello, our TikTok fans, if we have any.
Hi, Maya. Why is Maya? Hi, Maya. Thanks for joining.
All the support we can get, Maya, so thank you.
It's true. Look at me shaving.
I know.
Like shaving her. Like, why are you on our live? When I should be grateful. What does it say? Reach for the stars. Oh, it's already giving us some stars thing.
We have some people here.
So, oh my God, there's a lot of people. Hi, welcome to Lash&Sip. Yasby's Lash&Sip.
More often. Wow.
Yeah, this is our first TikTok live.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a while. For our IG fans and peoples, it's been a very long while, Dolls and Beauties.
Yes,
but
yes. We're never too far, guys. We're never too far. Just remember that.
And we'll be back to our
when
regular...
life gets life.
You have to life it.
We have to life it. So
life does happen.
What we have to do. Yeah.
And we'll be back.
So
with our regulars.
How has been your week?
Honestly, Fluff, fast and quick, just the way I like it.
It's true, because I'm still thinking it still feels like yesterday was just March break.
Yeah, hold on, Fluff. Oh, I wanted to show you on... Yeah, that sounds good, Chris. You can definitely talk on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Fluff.
Yeah, I just felt like it was just March break last week. And can you believe like April 1st is on Monday?
Yes, Fluff. And that's the... Fluff, you don't understand how I look for these things. I'm like, I've already calculated. I'm like, okay, April. So April's already in my mind. Fluff, we only have like a month. And let's just say 2 or 3 more weeks of school left.
I know. I'm counting down.
Yeah, I've been...
And then I'm also thinking the summer. And Bernice, we're going away this year. So we have April, May. Forget June. About even April. Let's just say May, June, July.
Yeah.
We're going to be out of here, guys. I'm sorry, but it's a must this year.
Yeah, because it's been long overdue. Yeah, we need to be on a sandy beach.
We do. I've
relaxing
been seeing
ourselves.
Too many people having... way too much fun, just
bitter and salty.
Of course I am. It's high time, girl. We step into
it's true. The flying, the traveling.
It's gonna happen this year for sure.
Again. It's true.
It's long overdue, and we need to have that reset, rejuvenate, revitalize type of time.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't want to bore you guys. We're not here for that tonight.
Yeah, it's true.
We are here because we have a topic we're going to discuss tonight, and the topic is: how is dating in your 20s different from dating in your
we're in our 40s. Listen,
we're not quite there yet.
Okay, some of us are good at admitting their age. I'm 2 months. April, May, June. Yeah, 2 months away from turning the big 40. Fluff likes to be 25. She's been 25
I've been 26 for a long time, and it will stay.
Oh, I thought it was yes. You see, I'm even aging her down a bit. Fluff has been 25 for the rest of... She's going to be 25 for the rest of our lives. But for us who are honest with ourselves and our age...
Well, she has no choice. One of us has to be. So she chose to take on that role, guys, not me.
It's true. Honestly, wow. Dating in our 20s versus our 40s. I think there is a big difference.
Yes, I do have some questions, but...
Just to kind of... Before we start with the questioning, like... I find that now I know myself a bit more than what I did.
And that's kind of what leads me to one of my questions.
I do know myself way more.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
When you're younger, you're still starting out. There's still a lot of things that you're very unaware of. You're more giddy at that time. And I feel like...
and impressionable.
And I feel like when you're in your 20s too, it's more about looks than...
Yes.
You want a guy that's this tall. You want a guy that's... This.
And going along with societal stereotypes, right?
But as you get older, I think it's not even so much about looks. Not to say that you want somebody, ugly. But you're more thinking of the person internally.
Yes, and the security, yeah.
The security, what can that person possibly bring to the
table?
Or whatever.
Yeah, what value?
You're not so much thinking about looks. Well, when you're younger, you're more thinking, oh, I don't want to talk with this guy.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, he has to look a certain way. He has to be
his chest
brown.
has to be
brown.
Like, he has to have muscles. Well,
oh, he has to be chocolate. He has to have a car.
Yeah, and not to say that when you're 40s you're downgrading yourself, but you think
of realistically.
Differently.
Yeah, you think realistically and more maturely. Yes, right. Yes. Vibing underscore Kales 07. Hi. Hey, how are you? I has appeared. Hi, who? Say your name, cause the Lash World underscore LLC joined. Thank you so much for joining Lash&Sip.
So one of the questions is dating then and now. How has dating changed? Mm-hmm. The scariest thing for women who start dating later in life is how much the dating landscape has changed. Mm-hmm. When you're in high school or in college, you could meet a guy at a party, in class, or in a cafeteria. Now, they might be able to meet men at work, but who wants to date a coworker? Right?
Yeah,
but
stay clear.
Right, but when you're younger, it's true. You go out, you might, because you're outside, you're doing things, you're with a bunch of your friends you're going out. While, not to say when you're in your 40s you don't go out, but you might go out occasionally.
And you're selective of where,
places.
You're very selective of where you go and where to meet certain individuals, right? A specific partner. Like, I think when you're in your 40s now, like, Fluff, you're intentional about where you're going, where you're meeting people, right, and how you present. And then also, to, again, it goes back to now knowing yourself more, right?
I totally agree, because this is not like back in the day when you're in high school and you're meeting up at like a little pizza shop. Yeah, like, not to say that if you're in your 40s you can't meet somebody somewhere, because you can meet somebody anywhere, at the most random place at the most random time, and it works out perfectly. But then when you're younger, again, what would I say? The whole situation is different.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah, it is. Your standards are different, right? And expectations are different, right? Versus now.
Right. And one of the things is, I think, too, moving on to like the next thing is dating in your 20s from moving on to dating in your 40s or early 40s, sorry. You are a little bit more confident, I think, because you've matured, you've seen things, you've gone through things, you've gone through things, so you're a little bit more confident, right?
Yeah, and so like to just elaborate a little bit more, like now that I'm in my 40s versus when I now feel more confident in speaking up, right? Versus when I was in my 20s, I was a bit more accepting because I wanted to be accepted.
You want to just blend in.
Yeah,
you want to blend. Your friends are doing.
Yeah, you want to blend in. You want to, it's Jay. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay. Right. So I don't care if you are I don't care what story you've had the past 20 years ago, but I'm willing to bet that you're more confident than you were then.
Yeah, definitely.
You've experienced more of life, and you have fully developed into the awesome person that you are, which is true, because you grow.
Yeah, you grow.
From the 20s to 40s, that's a whole 20 years, and I mean, you see a lot of things. Yeah. You've matured. Some people have kids in between that time. Exactly. You know, you go through things, so of course, it's going to be very different.
Exactly.
Very different.
Hi, Chris is like all over the channels. No, it's true. You go through things, being in relationships, like you said, having children, all of those things add to your growth. Yeah. If you allow it to help you improve, right? On yourself.
Right. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Second thing is, like, elaborating on what you said, you know what you want.
Yeah.
You know what you want in a partner. You know different characteristics. Maybe what attracted you back in your 20s no longer attracts you now.
No longer serves
any purpose.
It's
different.
Life.
Everything is different. Because what I used to like maybe in my 20s, even the characteristics of a guy that I maybe liked at that time, looking at it now, complete turn off. You're asking yourself, what was I even thinking? Don't laugh.
No, I'm laughing because I feel the same way, and like looking back sometimes I'm like, you know what, I have to give myself that grace and be like, you were young. You know what I mean? Cooley underscore gal. Hi, how are you, hon? How are you? Thanks for joining. Yeah, like glammed underscore n underscore tips underscore count.
Thanks for joining.
Oh, couture. Oh my god.
No, I didn't see the UR yet. Yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean to butcher your name.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining Yas Beauty's Lash&Sip.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fluff, it's true.
it's a whole different dynamic. It's completely different. And then not even just how you think and feel has changed, the whole evolving of different years, different everything yourself.
Yeah.
The society, everything. It changes the perspective on everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
But I feel like one thing that now I no longer care for is the society stereotypes of how,
of what they say.
Yeah, how women should be. And I think with me and you, Fluff, growing up, like, because we grew up in an Afro-Caribbean household where young girls, like, were taught to, what's it called? Be in a committed situations, right? Like, we never had the chance to, like, really date around.
Right.
And,
That's
you know
true.
what I mean, Fluff? Like, to kind of, like, figure out
different things. Everything we couldn't be open at that time.
we couldn't be open. So I find that now, like, okay, in my 40s now, like, I no longer care about the societal stereotypes. I want to define relationships or be in a partnership that works for me and me and that person.
Not what works for anybody else.
No, exactly not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I agree. You have to find something that works for yourself. And what may work for one person may not
work
for the
for
other.
exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So another thing is,
hi Anissa.
Again, it kind of leads up to all the stuff then that you were saying is like it's less about looks now.
Yeah.
You don't remember how the effort you put in when you're in your 20s and you
want
to do this. Not to say you don't put those same effort in, you know, but when you're at this age, to me, it's like, listen, however you find me is how you find me.
Yeah.
But when you're in your 20s, you kind of want to do
extra,
more.
you put that extra
you put in your step.
Yeah,
not saying you don't do that when you're at this age now.
You still do.
But at some point, too, you feel like, okay, if I'm going to be with this person, he got to earn it the way how I... Not to say you're going to look bummy, but... It's completely different.
Your expectations of yourself and how much effort and like when you're in your 20s, it's fun, it's good. Oh my God, I'm getting ready for this. Like, and you don't know if they're gonna even add any real value to your life,
or even like it.
Yeah, exactly. But now it's like, okay, well, I'm dating. This is who I am. If for me, I've always liked when men see me with like
nothing. When you're plain Jane.
Yes. Well, when I'm nothing on, I look as I call it. I look like a cruff.
Yeah.
Right. Like
same here.
With sometimes my bleach dark cloth.
Same just here. You see me like how I'm walking. I'm like, would I ever find anybody?
You know
like
what I mean? But
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, stuff. I've gotten compliments on my dingiest days, and I'm like, is this man like really looking at me?
It's true.
But those are the times where I actually appreciate men who approach me because then at least when I am dolled up and made up, it's like whoa, like you know,
I have a whole brand new woman in that one woman.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I feel like I can talk to you more in a sense where you're
you're not focusing too much on my physical and just my appearance only. You're actually thinking about what you're trying to get to know about me.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, that's a big thing. Not to say in your 20s that doesn't happen, but I feel like in the 20s, especially this generation, now they focus more on their eyebrows have to look right, the makeup has to be on point. Everything has to be on point. Not to say that we're not like that now, but I think they could focus a lot on that
on the exterior, on the exterior
than you know, maybe really trying to get to know the person seriously. For them it's more the physical first,
of course,
which is how we work when we're at that age.
And they have to go through that transition, right, where you go through experiences like you said in order to really realize, hey, you know what I mean? Hey y'all, happy Good Friday, happy Easter. To join you guys, makeup, you're enjoying your weekend. Okay, we're gonna follow that page. I upgraded my business. I used to be Queen_. Yes, remember. Yes, don't worry. We're gonna definitely follow this new page now. Yeah, because remember she was one of the ones. She was one of our customers.
The name looks familiar.
And always on our lives.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely follow your new page. Hope you're well.
Yeah. So. Definitely, that is definitely one of the big key factors.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, last but not least, is your experience give you a different perspective on love.
Yeah. When
you're in your 20s versus dating in your 40s.
Yeah.
Different perspective completely. It kind of ties into everything that we've been saying. You see things on a completely different level, completely different scale.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just different.
Yeah. You do see love differently. Like, for me now, because I have a different regard or a different sense of self.
Right.
And back then in my 20s, like I was pouring into other people. My love was more for other people, right? And fulfilling their needs because I wanted that acceptance. I wanted that love, right? And then going through certain situations now, right, Fluff, where I'm at that point where it's like, I want to give to myself that love, more, that, you know what I mean? Pour into somebody else's cup, like accomplish certain things for me and work on me. Like, I want to be happy. But what does that look like? How am I fulfilling myself? Because I can't find that happiness in somebody else. And that's what, when we were younger, like, I don't know about you, Fluff, but when I was younger in my 20s, specifically in my 20s, like, I felt like I needed somebody to come and save me type of thing. I believed in that unrealistic fairy tale, like, oh, that Prince Charming.
And we wanted to quickly just run it, like,
because honestly, Fluff, we put our eggs in one basket way too quickly without really realizing, like, yo, do these people want the same things as we do? Are they compatible? We saw potential. We didn't really see any action or any, you know what I mean?
And we went off of potential. And
we did. And honestly, Fluff, me and you were the type that would, like, okay, we're homemakers. We work. We, like, you know what I mean? We do everything. So it's like what did they really? You know, we were
doing it all.
And we were so giving, right? We never had any real exactly. We never had no expectations, Fluff, of anybody, right? Hi, Adwa. Hi, Mika. How are you? Thanks, you guys, for joining.
Honestly, I agree. So it says, if you have been married and or if you have been a parent, you likely looked at love differently now. You know that love isn't a given and that it takes a lot of hard work to maintain a happy, healthy relationship. You know that being married or being in a relationship doesn't always guarantee forever.
It doesn't. Hi, Whitney.
You know?
Nothing.
You know that there are different type of love. You know your child comes first in whatever decision you make in the future. That's for people, of course, that have kids. Which will pertain to us because, of course, once you start having kids, your total shift and focus changes too.
It's very different. Right? But, okay, so touching base on that, right, Fluff? Love for now, like, let's just say if you're dating, right? What are you looking for knowing that you are a mother? Like, you know what I mean? What kind of partner are you searching for?
Well, definitely I'm looking for somebody with substance. Somebody that can really come to the table with something. And it's not just the financial, but I kind of want to see where their mind frame is at too. And how they even act when you even mention the word kids. Because you have some of them that are kind of like, So I kind of want to see like how you kind of are, even before I even maybe mention my kids to you. Of course, if you say, you know, you have kids, I'm not going to say no. I'll say, I have kids or whatever. But I kind of want to see that person's frame of mind first.
I agree with you. And that's my main thing. Like, knowing that I do have a child. Like, how are we going to...
How are we going to...
how do you feel about children? Right? Because not everybody that you date wants to deal with your child, right? They just solely want to deal with you. But if you're dating me, my child is a part of me.
If you accept the cow, you got to accept the calf. That's
exactly.
So definitely, how would that person combine the communication between with you and your child? How would that be all incorporated?
Exactly. If we get to that far, stage, that stage. Because right now, like you said, Fluff, it isn't just about introducing everything to anybody. I have to see, like, okay,
you gotta test the water.
You know what I mean, Fluff?
To bring it to that next level, to say, okay, you know, I have a child, I want to introduce you to he or she or whatever.
Exactly.
It has to be some type of test run to see if that person's even worthy, because you don't just bring it in anybody.
No. And definitely don't want to make that mistake. Don't want to make mistakes where children are not, you know, taken into consideration, especially if you're dating or whatever, right? That's true. So that's a big one for me. Like, them liking my kid, or at least even liking children. You don't have to want them, but like, respect the children. And another thing that you said for me too that's big is communication. I need somebody that's gonna talk to me.
I'm with Bernice the sign. She definitely. Well, we all need a stimulation, but I know for you, you have to mentally do her before you do her.
Like, it's and it's true. Like, you have to mentally.
There has to be a stimulation there. Like, I feel the same way too. Like, I want to see what you have to say first. Because, you know, sometimes they just come with the intentions of thinking, okay, I'm just gonna say 1-2 things and get to this girl's clothes, and it's not that easy.
No, it's not. Like, you know what I mean?
But I want to see what type of mental frame of mind that person has.
Yeah. What are you coming with?
Yes.
You know, and then another piece for me now too, Fluff, like being that we're much older, more mature, the spiritual piece. Like, I want somebody that can also come in,
true.
like, on
or somebody, even if you say, like, let's read the Bible.
Yeah, like, we can sit down.
Not hesitant.
Exactly, Fluff. You can sit down, read the Bible, or talk God, or even philosophy and different. Like, I want somebody that I can learn from, even though you're my partner.
Yes,
like, I'm still inspired by you. Stuff. Yeah, like, intellectually, like, you challenge me. Like, you know.
That's true.
We can have those in-depth conversations and not just a superficial conversations,
I agree.
You know?
Something that I've noticed as we've gotten older, and I guess I can speak for the both of us, is from our 20s to our 40s, I find myself being agitated very quickly. Yeah,
Fluff.
The nonsense that we would pick up before, or what we would
tolerate
before, I have no tolerance for it now.
Same here, Fluff. Same here.
The moment you talk nonsense out of your mouth,
you're gone.
I don't even want to hear the rest.
But that shows us being mature, Fluff, and then us valuing ourselves. Because back then, honestly, Fluff, we were willing to hear. We were willing to be that ride or die. Again, ride or die is defined for many people in different ways. But for me and Fluff, like, we're the type that will stick it out and tolerate things that it's like. It was not. It was not, and it was detrimental to both our healths, right? So. Now it's like, if you're not coming...
That piece now, I'm not... If you're not coming correct and you're not saying all the right things and your actions are also not matching...
Yeah, that's a big thing for me.
Yeah, then honestly...
Yeah, it's a big... I don't need nobody to come sweet talk me. No. Just come correct. Tell me what it is that you want. Like, I have a lot of respect for men that could just meet you and be like, Fluff. I think you're beautiful, but really, I just want to screw.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right,
or I just want to, like, casually date.
Right,
don't come and tell me that you want a real relationship. Like, I want a committed...
Go round story. Like, be honest. You're right. Say up front. If you're one of those men that, I like you, but I just would like to screw... It's up to you to be like, okay, I'm gonna give you a piece.
Yeah, because
but
it's
don't
easier.
lie and say
to say you want a relationship. Like, you're decent when you're not. And it's just a waste of time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me be the one to give you something and give those type of options, right? Let me have those type of options.
That's true. Be honest.
Yeah, it's just
I feel like if a lot of men too these days would be honest with how they feel, it would be easier because. It would be a lot easier for both men and women. It would be up for the woman to be like, okay, I'm gonna go for this guy and
or not
have a casual fling or whatever you want to do, rather than you pretending like you want to have this family and you
when really you don't.
So well when you don't want to.
You know what I mean? So, it's I just the patience for certain things.
That's the word.
Yeah, the patience.
Very impatient over the years. That's something that has changed for me over the years, but it'd be kind of nice to get back in the pool of things. I mean, I've been out of that league for a very long time. Yeah. So it'd be nice to
But then you want to put yourself out there.
Right, but then it's the moment something goes on, you're like, nah, this ain't for me.
I get paranoid because I'm like, I don't want anybody coming in, honestly, Fluff, with the same. But then again, too, I've had to change in order to attract certain things. And like we've been saying, like, not have patience for certain things that's adding any value to my life, right?
That's true.
So it's...
And then we're also not going to find anybody in our house because we don't go
That's the other... But that's the other thing. Like, to go find somebody. Like, where are we going to go to find...
It's true. It's not like, you know...
And it's harder too because, like, honestly, Fluff, we are in our 40s. We're not spring chickens.
Exactly.
We're no spring chickens. You know what I mean? And honestly, Fluff, like, some of these men, they're not looking at 40-year-old, women like ourselves who are, we're of a certain age group now, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's some men, not all y'all, some men are looking at the younger girls, and by all means, that's your preference. But at the same time, it's like we know.
It's just a different pool of things, I guess. Yeah. If it was meant to happen, it will. And
definitely.
Sometimes you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Make conversation with somebody, and then it's like, wow, this person actually has sense.
Yeah, we can.
Or this person's actually intellectual. Like, I would like to talk to this person more and see
where it goes.
And then that's how things build up, and then you get to where you're going. But We got a far way to go for that.
We do. And also too, it's the places too. We need to start going to.
Yeah, again, we're not. That's the thing. We're not really out there in that type of way. Like how some people kind of frequent bars.
Or lounges.
And if we do go out, it's like once every 3 months.
So, we go out, we do our thing, we come back home.
And it's like
even when people have been trying to talk to me and Fluff.
We're not even trying to hear it.
No, it's because it's like, yes, I want to date, but then at the same time, it's like a part of me is very comfortable being with myself.
That's
you know what I mean?
Too. Especially when you've been by yourself for so long. Unfortunately, it does that.
Like I date myself. I'm like, I'm dating myself. I'm my own man.
You just take yourself out for a lunch date or a dinner date or whatever, like. And it's kind of sad because you go through certain things and it makes you this way.
Yeah.
When sometimes it shouldn't be like that, but then you have to live, you have to learn, you have to catch yourself, regroup,
and
figure out and know your likes and dislikes too, so that when the right person do approach you, you will know if that person is right for you or not,
and you'll be ready. And in the meantime, it's like work on yourself. Like that's what we've been doing.
That's true. We've worked on ourselves a lot, so and we continue. Now that whenever that time comes, or God decides to actually bless us with somebody good,
we laugh because
where are you? But hopefully it will be the right one, guys. And we laugh now, but we know the reason why you're saying what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know some people, of course, on the other side may not understand quite why we're laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
But we understand the reason why we've kind of just been by ourselves for this long. We don't really jump headfirst into relationships anyway, but based off of past experiences we've learned to just
hold a corner.
Yeah, just kind of just do what you have to do for yourself for now, because if the right one is out there for you, it will come.
Yeah, you'll definitely. It's just about being patient and pouring into yourself.
You gotta fill your bucket, man, because ain't nobody gonna do that for you.
No.
And we had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, Fluff and I have been.
So you gotta really focus on yourself. Focus if you have kids, you focus on them, and then whatever's to follow will follow.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's the way I see it. But yeah, guys,
it's a big difference now. Like
it is.
Things that we were quick to, like be giddy over. Now it's like
none of that matters anymore. Like getting dolled up. Like, don't get me wrong, you're in your 40s and you met a guy and you're saying, okay, I'm feeling this guy. He seems like he has his head on straight. Of course, if you go out, you're gonna fix up yourself.
Make sure you look good.
Yeah, oh my God, it's been a long time since I went on a date. Let me put on my makeup or my lashes and fix up myself. Of course, that part of you is gonna be giddy again. But at the same time, mentally and emotionally, hopefully by that time, you're a little bit more mature to see and know certain things that maybe certain red flags.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? Like, the red flags are very important. Pay attention. If your body's giving you a sign, you don't feel right, like.
And this is another thing in our 20s too that
we ignored. Yes.
Because at that time you think you're bubbly and you think you're in love and you don't want things to go away.
Nobody can tell me about me being in love in my 20s, y'all.
And you think when you're like, oh shit, what was I even thinking?
Oh my God, Fluff.
But, things happen for you to live and for you to learn. Unfortunately, it's these exact circumstances that make you who you are today.
Yeah, it's true. Whether good or bad. You
can think back of it. You can actually laugh at it now. And say, okay, well, next time I know to do better. But this is how life throws up curveballs too.
Yeah, it's true.
And it happens to everybody. Everybody has breakups and this and that. And sometimes you feel like, okay, this person, you're going to be with them forever. Yeah. And in the end, you realize, like, do I even like this person?
Yeah, it's true. It's so true.
That's just what life does, and it teaches you.
It does. It teaches you valuable lessons, and go into every relationship, with an open mind. But I think for me, one thing too that I've learned is like this. I'm not in that mindset of saying this is my forever person. Like, you know what I mean?
That day when you meet somebody, you think, okay, you're gonna make sure that.
Oh my God.
Not to say you're gonna fight over him, but that. You just thought in your mind that that's the person you would have been with all the time.
Forever,
and it just, unfortunately, doesn't work that way. You have some people still, that...
Oh, yeah, that works for them. Yeah, Fluff, like
and they're still with them to this day.
Yeah.
My hat's off to them.
Yeah, for some people, definitely, not everybody's blessed in that,
not everybody's blessed in that regard. So, it's true. At this stage now, I feel like...
Hi, Alyssa.
It's okay to casually date at this stage. until you find somebody that you think, because remember even the thing I sent you, Bernice, with the girl on TikTok saying that it's okay to date more than one person.
But it is. It is. And for us, as you bring that up, right, Fluff, like, that was one of the things that I wish we had the opportunity to do, because we never had, again, the household that we grew up in, culturally, how we grew up, right? It's like, and then stereotypes. When women go on multiple dates and they get it's like you get labeled as you're a whole this and that. So it stops a lot of women, honestly, Fluff. They'll just commit to like this person when they see them, just to avoid that being labeled, of being a whole this and that. But it gives you time to figure out what you like. But all the time.
Until they can pick one and say, oh, well, I like Keisha more. I like this one. I like more. But
this one,
it is good to kind of just see what's out there. And not limit yourself to whatever. And when I say date don't necessarily mean like sleep with nobody.
Yeah.
Going on a random date, okay, we're
casually
gonna go for a coffee date.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe later on I'm gonna go for a dinner date with somebody else, and you're getting to know the person. You're sitting down, you're talking, you're asking each other questions, whatever, and getting a feel for them first until you're like, okay, well, maybe this one is worthy of a second date or whatever. And that's something that
women don't do.
We don't do,
and we never had that. Yeah. You know, we didn't, because right off the bat, like as soon as we found people that we thought, it's like, okay, and that was based off stereotypes and culturally how we were raised.
Yeah, we weren't thinking, okay, well, we're gonna go run for this man, that man.
You know what I mean?
You know, I see why, you know, people will always date.
Yeah.
And test the waters out there, because it's good to get to know, and it will also let you know what your likes and dislikes are.
Yes.
So
yeah.
You know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. But I know that if this time around, if I was supposed to start dating, I would do things differently than I did 20 years ago.
So different.
Yeah.
So different.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
So different.
For
like,
sure.
I'm not committing to nobody, because for us, our definition of dating is being in a committed relationship. Yeah. Right back then.
Right.
Right? Like,
we had it all confused.
Yeah, we had it all confused. I see, let's just, for example, like Fluff, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking to Fluff. We've exchanged numbers. We're talking to each other, but that doesn't mean that you're my man or my woman. You get what I mean? And now for me, there is a difference, Fluff, like in terms of, I've learned to differentiate it for myself and how moving forward now, like when I'm ready to date, like, okay, how it's gonna look like.
Right, that's
true. Versus laying all my eggs in one basket and it doesn't go anywhere.
That's true.
You know?
You put too much effort in a person that wasn't even worth it.
They weren't even truly on that same wavelength. I never allowed myself to really get to know that person, because it's like,
or vice versa.
Yeah, you know, we're so busy trying to be like, oh, we're wifey material. We like, and it's like, now it's like, I just want to take my time. Are you husband material? What value can you add to me? What value am I bringing to the table? Can both our values like connect, and can we really build? Can you connect with me on a deeper spiritual
and you can't,
level?
You know what I've learned too, you can't change people.
You can't.
Who they are is who they are, and it will always come out. Unfortunately, when you're younger, you sometimes misconstrue certain things, and it doesn't come out until after. You gotta see certain things. But I realize you can't change people. Who they are is who they are.
And especially at our age group now too. Like, we're all stuck in our ways to a certain extent, right? But finding that person that will compromise is the goal, so that you guys can build and reach whatever the end goal is, right?
No, I agree.
Yeah, so I find that for now, like, I'm grateful for all the things that we went through in our 20s.
Yes.
Because it's shaped us.
For sure, it shaped us definitely now. We can look at it and we can actually laugh about certain things and say, wow, look how we were back then. Like, you know, look how we were back then. It's something, but you live and you learn, and it teaches you things that you can be as strong as you are now, and go through certain things that when that time comes and you're actually with somebody again, you will know certain things to look out for. Certain things that, you know, that you would have let slide maybe before. Now you kind of like, and like you said, you have a voice now.
Now, yes.
When you're in 20s, you're still slipping and sliding. You're still wondering. You're still iffy about certain things. You're iffy about life in general. Because in 20s, you're still young. A lot of people still live at home with their parents. You have to go by what they say, their rules, what time to come home, this and that. You're not grown yet until you're literally out of your house.
Like you're living on your own type of thing.
So, you know, you see things in a different light, but it really changes how you think as an adult.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It does. It does. It changes the perspective on things, especially the life lessons that you learned 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
It does change things. So,
hey, Mary. Oh, would you just wave to Mary?
Hi, Mary.
Yeah, you have to be grateful. And
you have to be grateful for
all the good and the bad. Like, I'm now, like, honestly, Fluff, sitting back and now, like, back in the day. Not that I'm not still bitter and salty over certain things. We have to call it what it is, but I'm very grateful for those challenges, you know, because and those pitfalls and those like detrimental days where I've called you crying, like
both of us are angry
you know,
or mad or upset that this, that, or you think you're pouring in your all to this person. You think, oh, why am I not getting it back?
Yeah.
Now you kind of see it. Now you kind of know, but like I said, it really teaches you valuable lessons along the way because. If you don't learn those lessons then unfortunately you have to learn them when you're much older.
Point, at some point
and it's like, you know, you kind of want to have 1-2 stumbling blocks in your young stages, so it kind of forms you to who you are now. I'm not saying that nothing can never happen to you at this age, because people will have perfect relationships now and still have issues, because every relationship has its trials and tribulations. It's just how you decide to work towards it. And maybe back then, when you're in your 20s, you and that person is both immature. Yeah, it's true. Don't know how to deal with certain things. Now that you're older, and older sometimes does not always mean wiser. Mature. Yeah, exactly. You will know how to navigate certain things a little bit better. Yes, hopefully. At this point, so, you know, that's just the way I see it, honestly.
No, I agree with you, Fluff. I agree. So just to wrap up, what is the one big thing you have learned, Fluff, from dating in your 20s versus now that you're still in your 20s, but a bit more mature?
What's one big thing I've learned? Don't take everything at face value. Don't take everything at face value, because what you see sometimes is not always what you
Yes, I agree, Fluff. I agree with that.
And I think back then, I'm not gonna lie to you, back then in our early stages, and because like Bernice said, like, we weren't really able to go out and being bottled up and changed up is like a lot of things you ignore. A lot of red flags you ignore because, you know, you just think, okay, oh my God, like, what if I do this, or you don't want your parents to know that, or whatever. So, you know, you do things that I wouldn't say that you really don't want to do, but I mean, you're not out there like some other people. So it's like Bernice said, when you do see somebody, you want to jump head first with that one person because you think, oh, you're making the right choice. But then, you know, sometimes life just shows us differently. And it's just a part of life, unfortunately.
It is. It's true.
So what do you think was the big things you learned?
I think for me personally, having a voice and speaking up and just valuing myself. Realizing and letting things go.
Right. And I think speaking up and valuing yourself is not only for even just the dating, it's in general. It's in general. Yeah,
in general. Like,
especially now that you're older now.
Speaking up and just valuing and pouring into myself and understanding that, no, I do deserve this.
Yes,
I do. And I do deserve to give it to myself. Like,
but when you're younger, not to say you don't feel like you deserve certain things, but you're so like, oh, well, maybe this person or whatever. But now the older, you're like, no, I deserve this. Yeah, I'm very selfish now with myself. I agree.
And that is something that I never, for me personally, like, would give to myself, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I think that those are the biggest ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Value yourself.
Yeah, that's true. You can never add too much value to yourself. Yeah. If you don't do it for yourself, nobody else will do it. And if somebody does come in, they should be adding to what you already have.
Exactly.
Not devaluing what you've had already.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't work that way. So.
And don't expect people to come in and take care of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Fluff said, they should come in to add. So therefore, you should have worked on yourself as well to be prepared. You know what I mean? To be able to stand on yourself, to be able to make yourself happy, because the other person, it's not the other person's responsibility. They can add to your happiness, but they're not responsible to make you happy. Your inner core has to have found peace. From you. You know, there should be a level of peace within, right?
That's true.
So y'all.
Yes, guys, I know we've spoken almost 40 minutes, which is a lot. But thank you for the little ones that decided to stick around.
Yes, y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's just mostly our topic for this week, guys. So we'll be back with something else in the next 2 weeks.
Yes, stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, y'all, and on all our platforms. Yas Beauties, IG, Facebook, like Fluff said. On here
TikTok.
on TikTok.
We're gonna be on TikTok a little bit more. Guys.
Yeah. Now that we know how to
navigate, we will definitely be on here a little bit more, guys. So.
Yeah, y'all. Thank you. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.